Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha. Even since before its flagship launch on Fallout 4, the new Bethesda Creation Club has been met with a very mixed response from the majority of the community surrounding the game. Ranging from everything between acceptance to indifference to outrage, the Creation Club for Fallout 4 has been highly controversial, with most disliking the concept in the extreme for a variety of reasons. A recent action that could be considered cynical in the extreme, Bethesda released an update recently that enabled an advertisement window that has appeared on the main page of the game, promising the 100 free Creation Club credits in the AAA industry equivalent of drug dealers with the first taste is free sales pitch. It's a cringeworthy attempt to shove Creation Club down the unwilling throats of consumers where there's really no worthwhile content to be had, and there is far better free content already out there. Now, in light of how the Creation Club's limitations imposed on the content and the prices involved have turned out, any potential goodwill Bethesda might have earned with this new system has been ultimately squandered, and the advertisement itself serves as a little more than an annoyance and painful reminder of the unwanted alterations to the game. However, and we shouldn't be too surprised by this given the nature of the content involved, a modder who goes by InAComaDial999 has released a mod named No More Creation Club News that, while not outright expunging the Creation Club from the game, at least modifies the game to remove the pesky advertisement for the Creation Club from the main menu of the game. This allows players to more easily ignore the existence of the Creation Club and is seemingly quite popular, having already gained over 11,000 unique downloads since its release on the 1st of this month. And I do have to admit, when I learned of the mod, I took a certain amount of perverse amusement in the idea of the Creation Club itself being slowly modded out of existence by the same community that Bethesda was hoping to garner investment from. The sheer irony is kind of delicious to see. This mod, while being relatively minor, is actually extremely helpful and a clear indication that there is still heavy resistance within the modding community to the idea of the Creation Club. And given how it was implemented, this is definitely not a surprising turn of events, and there were several contributing factors to that. The first is the fact that the Creation Club system downloads all of its content to the player's hard drive on all platforms. This was seemingly done by Bethesda in order to bypass the limited mod space allocation on the Xbox and PlayStation platforms, as if this is tied to the base game, it doesn't count against that allocation. This in no way excuses the same data being configured for the PC version of the game, but it is an explanation and also an indication that Bethesda simply didn't care enough to modify the code for the PC version. This has been highly controversial on all systems and has angered a great many people who run lean on drive space to begin with. Suddenly having to be required to download and hold on to several gigabytes of data that a person won't even bother using is frustrating in the extreme. There is also the information that Bethesda has limited the content on the mods created to a certain amount of code. This limitation, while fine for items, armor, and weapons, will in fact completely preclude the possibility for any meaningful mods. No new characters, story arcs, or campaigns can or will be designed with those limitations in place. Also, people are upset that the Creation Club pays the modders a wage based on number of hours for the content being created as opposed to royalties based upon units sold. And while that was a hope and the sole possibility for a new cottage industry to form up around this, that was never a realistic expectation. Most actually consider the wages to be quite fair, and I'll admit, even though I'd wished they'd gone with a royalties option, I think the wages are appropriate given the content involved. And then there's the fact that the Creation Club mods refused to function with any free mods in place. Bethesda stated quite clearly that they would not block out free mods, but the general lack of compatibility between the two systems is a very clear black eye for the Creation Club. The No More Creation Club News mod's very existence and its apparent popularity shows very clearly how the Creation Club has not been adopted by very many people with open arms, and due to those code limitations placed upon the content by Bethesda, among all the other issues with the system, it's doubtful that it ever will be, considering the promises made will, by and large, go unfulfilled. Now, eventually, separate mods will come out that will remove and block the Creation Club entirely, but for now, this mod is an interesting first step in the battle that is brewing between modders and Bethesda's Creation Club. And given what we've seen here, I hope Bethesda learns from this experience and delivers something more meaningful for the Skyrim implementation. But as always, please feel free to let me know what you think down in the comments below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and I'll see you next time.